Hey there, welcome to State of Self podcast. Today I want to ask you something, but be honest, okay? Which you woke up this morning? Like I opened my eyes and boom, a full crowd in my head. Teacher me is yelling, is the lesson plan ready? Musician me chimes in, we're trying to new vocal takes today. Housewife me sighs, you forgot the laundry again. And me, who just wants to be left alone, quietly mumbles from the corner, can I just not talk at all today? We all got out of bed like a weird little crowd, came to breakfast one by one. So, how many people actually live inside a single person? And why are we trying to keep all of them alive at the same time? Seriously, what is this? I'm basically the building manager of my own mind, and each room has complaints. Okay, sure, it's the modern age, but sometimes I wonder, are we really a species blessed with multitasking skills, or are we just cursed with attention deficiency? Back in the day, things felt simpler. My aunt, for example, she'd wake up, bake bread, go to field in the afternoon, visit neighbors at night, and that was life. One life. And it was enough. But us? Morning journaling, afternoon content creation, and bedtime with a bonus. Am I being productive enough? Plastic free gift. Why don't I feel successful yet? Amidst all these voices, you start to wonder, which one am I? And why do I always feel like I'm missing something? Let me tell you straight up, that missing out feeling, it's always there. Because, yeah, we're missing out. But there is just so much going on. It's literally impossible not to. When I'm making music, a voice says, wish you were out with friends right now. When I'm out with friends, you didn't create anything today. When I create, you didn't rest, didn't take time for yourself. And sometimes, even when you do nothing, you're still exhausted because the things you didn't do also wear you out. So why do we try to be so many things? It's simple, I think, because each version of us gives us something good. But here's the catch, they don't all feel good at the same time. So when you choose one, the others in your head start yelling. Today, if I'm recording a podcast, musician me is putting. If I play guitar tomorrow, teacher me pops like in, you didn't grade the papers. And me who wanted silence, she's like, I was even invited today, and just walks out of the room. It makes you feel fragmented, and this system, it feeds on that. Instagram says one thing, your job says another, capitalism a whole different story, but I realized something. I don't have just one self, and that doesn't scare me anymore. But okay, let's get really honest. Sometimes I think, should I just live one life? Drop all the extras and simplify all of them? But then this little voice inside whispers, what if all those lives are yours? And what if, by not living them, you'll always feel a little incomplete? 'Cause here's what they always told me. Be someone. But I want to be many someones. And that's where it gets tricky. Because society looks at you and asks, what do you do? And when you list them all, they go, all of that? Wow, that's a lot. It's not a mess, dear society. It's just layered. Maybe we did come here to live more than one life. Maybe this constant feeling of being pulled in pieces is actually a sign of how expansive our soul is. Being many-voiced in a world that expects one identity, maybe that's not a weakness. Maybe that's a form of richness. But like any richness, if we don't know how to manage it, it becomes a curse. So let me ask you, what's the solution then? Finding one identity? No. I think it's about this. Finding the moment when you feel most you. The moment where time stands still, that's your center. Maybe it's when you're making music, maybe when you lock eyes with a child, maybe when you're walking alone, maybe just in silence. That moment, yeah, that's not your identity, but it is your frequency. And we need to stop blaming all our inner voices. We should be doing the opposite. Give them space. Gather them and say, come here, we need to talk. Who's been missed? Who got silenced? Who talked too much? Who never got a word in? And once you do that, the noise in your head starts to soften. Each voice takes the stage, tells its story, and one by one, you start to feel whole again. Look, I lived a few lives today. I recorded a podcast. I self-reflected. I loved myself a little and dragged myself a little too. But it was all me, and it was all necessary. If you're like that too, you're not alone. Maybe you're standing on your own stage, each character stepping forward, but the stage, it's always yours. And when the curtain will fall, we don't know. So until then, give each role a line, a laugh, a tear, or a song. You know, they're all yours. And maybe this isn't enough love. Maybe it's just a new version of being human. Thanks for listening to State of Self podcast. Catch you next time with another voice, another story. Take care of yourself.